These are going to be two fantastic family coasters, some dueling family coasters near the Duplo Valley themed area of the park, and I think they're going to be a great new addition to the park. This is going to be a short little video. I don't do too much on Legoland on the channel. It's not a park that I've been to too much. It's obviously not the targeted audience for me, but this is a coaster that interests me. I think this is definitely going to be a coaster for everyone, enthusiasts, younger guests, family riders, a really good new addition to the park. So it's just going to be a little insight into this coaster and what we know about it so far. If you do enjoy today's video, please do give the video a like. It massively helps out the channel. Subscribe to Coasternaut for more videos like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one, and let's get into today's video. So then, what do we know so far about the new 2024 roller coaster coming to Legoland Windsor here in the UK? There's currently 3 coasters operating at Legoland Windsor. The first one, which is the closest one to the new site of these new Dueling family boomerangs, is Duplo Dino Coaster. This is a very, very small junior ride. It's a tiny little oval coaster. It's barely a coaster, if I'm honest. It really is a really small ride. It's not even 10 feet tall, 9.8 feet tall. An ART engineering coaster. You've got the Dragon's Apprentice, which is a WGH transportation family coaster. Not massive, it's just a standard sort of family layout of it for a coaster. And then the biggest coaster currently at the park is another ride by WGH Transportation, Dragon, and this is sort of a dark ride and coaster hybrid. There's sort of an indoor section at the start of the ride before it takes you on a somewhat long outdoor section of the coaster. Neither of these coasters at the park are currently amazing. I think this will easily be the best coaster at the park when it does open, and probably the most thrilling coaster at the park as well. The vertical spikes, I wish this coaster had vertical spikes. The backward spikes, on this coaster are going to be really fun, and it's probably going to be the first time that a lot of the guests on these coasters have ever experienced a backwards element. Where these coasters are, it's in a really interesting location at the park. Like I say, it's located near the Duplo Valley area of the park, near the Duplo Dino Coaster. And there used to be 2 slides on this area of land, so it's sort of right in front of the big manor house, which is at the back of the park, and it is on a very sort of steep hill where these coasters are going to be, and that's where both the backward spikes and the other spikes, obviously if you think about a Vekoma family boomerang coaster, before you actually go through the layout, you get brought out of the station backwards, up a spike, you then go through the course of the layout into a sort of another spike, and you go through the same layout again backwards. We don't actually know if these are from Vekoma though, and that's what's really interesting. When the plans were first actually leaked for these Dueling family coasters, we actually, I think as a community, sort of went, oh yes, we've seen these Vekoma boomerangs a lot of the time now at parks all across the world. We've recently seen one announced in the US, Snoopy's Soapbox Races, coming to Kings Island in 2024 as well. That's going to be a fantastic family boomerang coaster. There's 2 at Anyshlandia in Poland. We have one here in the UK, Accelerator at Drayton Manor. These coasters are popping up everywhere now, and they are really fantastic family thrill coasters. And I think a lot of people thought this is going to be Dueling Vekoma family boomerangs. They're fantastic. However, I don't quite know why it's happening. We've not actually seen anything official from the park about this. The only reason we actually sort of know about this coaster is through things like leaks, and obviously they're doing groundwork at the minute, but they've not actually released anything official about this coaster. There was actually quite a few leaks recently about Zera being the manufacturer for this coaster, or coasters. There is obviously 2 of them, Dueling. We haven't actually seen Zera do anything like this in the past, either a boomerang coaster or actually work with Legoland Windsor. And I think this would be a really interesting take. Why are they going with Zera over Vekoma? Have Vekoma declined it? Were they too much money? If it's from a budget point of view, that would worry me a little bit. Go with a manufacturer that we know can do these coasters very well and are doing them a lot nowadays, rather than going with a manufacturer that has never really done anything like this before. But let's look at it in a more positive sense. This could be an option that came to the park that they thought was better than whatever Vekoma put on the table, and is an option for Zera to branch out and do something different, and could be a great new sort of model that comes onto the market for Zera. We get to know anything about the theme, whether or not it'll be themed with the Duplo Valley area of the park, or if it'll be themed slightly differently. I can't necessarily see it being themed to Duplo. If Duplo's sort of targeted at the very young guests of the park, maybe it'll be something slightly different. But it'll be really interesting to see what this is actually themed to when they do release the name and the theme. We don't know the name for the coaster either yet. I can't think we're going to be spending too much longer without a theme or an official name or any sort of official press release from the park, considering, like I say, we have now started to see groundwork being done for the ride. Some of the overall, not footers, but like concrete is sort of starting to be laid in certain areas. And therefore, I think we can't be too far away from seeing something official, or maybe towards the end of the official season, before track and support starts to arrive at the park over the off-season. And I think this won't take too long to build. Obviously, it's not a massive coaster. I don't think we're going to be seeing any sort of delays here unless we have a really harsh winter. I think this will go really quickly over the off-season to be ready for day one of the 2024 season at Legoland Windsor. I think this is a really exciting new addition. I've always said that Legoland Windsor needs more coasters. The 3 that it currently has are obviously it's a Legoland park, and they're supposed to target families, but look at some of the other Legoland parks. I mean, you know, you have a wooden coaster over in Florida, you have Maximus now at Legoland Germany, the B&M wing coaster. It just needs something slightly bigger than the current coasters it has there. It used to have a Mack Wild Mouse coaster, which was probably the best coaster at the park until that was shipped off to another one of the Legoland parks. I just think, you know, it does need that sort of standout family thrill coaster. This is a good step. I still probably think it needs something slightly above this as well to target more thrilling guests, to bring in sort of maybe a slightly more older demographic, the teenage demographic. Something like Maximus Legoland Germany would be perfect for this park, but this is a step in the right direction. You add in this coaster, add something more thrilling in the future. This is a perfect new addition to the park. For now, I think it's something which you know, we don't see too much of here in the UK, dueling coasters, and it's going to be a really fantastic new addition to the park. Let me know what you think about Legoland's new coaster coming in 2024, if you're excited for it, or if because it's coming to Legoland you probably won't ever ride this coaster. That is probably you know, unfortunate for a lot of guests. They probably do want to ride these dueling family boomerangs. It would be a nice new credit to get, 2 new credits to get if you count them that way, but probably won't be experienced by all the enthusiasts out there because it's at a park like Legoland. If you did enjoy today's video, please do give the video a like. It massively helps out the channel. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to Coasternaut for more videos like this in the future. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.